Looking ahead to 2020, the Democratic National Committee chooses Wisconsin. Live team coverage on how it will impact the state right now at 6.
And why U.S. Representative Mark Pocan is now threatening to sue Immigrations and Customs Enforcement.
From the Channel3000.com Alert Center, this is News 3 Now at 6.
And thanks for joining us tonight. The Democratic National Convention is coming to Wisconsin.
Milwaukee was one of 3 finalists to host the DNC next year, up against Houston and Miami, and will now become one of the smallest cities to host a presidential convention.
And we have team coverage tonight of what this will mean in our state. Jessica Arp, Jamie Perez, and Rose Schmidt all covering the story. Let's go first to Chief Political Reporter Jessica Arp. Jess?
Well, this means once again the political spotlight will shine on Wisconsin during a presidential year. Democrats say plainly they believe the selection of Wisconsin will help them win the White House. The event will largely happen at the Fiserv Forum, the home of the Milwaukee Bucks, where Democratic officials celebrated with a beer toast this afternoon. While Milwaukee lobbied hard to get the convention over the last few months, there are still some questions over whether the region has enough resources to accommodate tens of thousands of visitors.
Our threshold question was, did the city have the resources to carry out the mission? And we believe that every city had the resources. They would do it differently, but they can do it equally effectively. And in the end of the day, I'm firmly of the belief that this city can and will carry it out very well.
But at its core, DNC officials say the decision to choose Milwaukee was about the makeup of the city and the state and their desire to focus the 2020 race on working people. This will now be a massive effort to prepare, from accommodations for people from around the world to a massive security effort and some 12,000 volunteers needed to staff the entire event. The effects of this convention are likely to span entire southern region of the state, if not the entire state.
It'll be very interesting to see how it all comes together. Jessica Arp reporting tonight. Jess, thank you.
The DNC is expected to bring millions of dollars to our economy.
Now, with thousands of people coming to our state, hotels in Milwaukee are anticipating a huge influx of people, and they simply cannot handle it all there. Jamie Perez joins us now with the economic impact we could see here in Madison. Jamie?
Right, well, there is simply not enough room accommodations in Milwaukee to host the thousands of people they expect to be here, so Madison hotels have started putting their bids in to the DNC to host as well. In 2020, this convention center will be flooded with people from around the country. It's being compared to when Minneapolis hosted the Super Bowl, and hotel inventory sold out a year in advance.
Hundreds of millions of dollars in terms of reputation, earned media exposure for the state.
Deb Archer is the president and CEO of Destination Madison. She's working with hotels to help accommodate the influx of people expected. Hotels are 95% booked during those dates already, according to Hotels.com. The Radisson Hotel is one of the select few chosen by the DNC to help host.
They choose a select number of hotels, and we're on that list. So we get to be one of the select few to host the guests for DNC.
Hotels are expected to be booked for at least 2 weeks around that time. And there are 2 other conventions happening in Madison during the DNC, meaning greater demand for hotel space. Airbnb is another option, and they're expecting to make millions from this. In 2016, Philadelphia hosts earned a combined $2.4 million during the DNC. In 2018, Milwaukee County hosts earned $7.1 million, hosting 71,000 guests. So for Madison,
ready, willing, and able to help Milwaukee in any way possible and help the state make sure this just comes off beautifully.
and the people that I spoke with at the Radisson Hotel say they expect all 153 of their rooms to be booked well in advance for a 2-week period, and expect surrounding businesses will see a huge spike during the weeks surrounding the DNC as well.
All right, Jamie, thank you. And former Governor Scott Walker is celebrating the economic boon that the DNC will bring to Wisconsin.
Both sides of the aisle are acknowledging the benefits this convention could bring to their parties and the state. Rose Schmidt joins us live from the state capitol to explain. Rose?
Yes, well, top leaders say they recognize the importance Wisconsin will have in 2020 as a key battleground state. Former Governor Scott Walker says he's hoping bringing the DNC to Wisconsin will help inspire complacent Republicans, while state and national Democratic leaders say they could not be more thrilled for this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Former Republican Governor Scott Walker is celebrating the news that the Democratic National Convention is coming to Milwaukee. He championed the deal that brought Fiserv Forum to Milwaukee.
That makes me proud that for any commission, whether it was the RNC or the DNC, something that big is going to be held and something that we played a part in.
Walker and fellow Republicans agree the convention will give the city an economic boost.
I think it's super for Milwaukee, it's super for the state. You know, their money is not red money, it's not blue money, it's green money.
GOP strategists say they believe the convention will highlight the contrast between their party and the Democrats in a city with a, quote, socialist history.
It's also an opportunity to show the people of Wisconsin a front row seat, just how far left the Democrat Party on a national level has gone.
Meanwhile, Democratic Lieutenant Governor Mandela Barnes told reporters the DNC will provide a huge opportunity for his hometown.
This is absolutely the right call for so many reasons. As we know, every presidential election goes through the state of Wisconsin, and it's be a great place for us to pick our nominee.
It is so wonderful.
While national Democratic leaders from Wisconsin, U.S. Senator Tammy Baldwin and Congressman Mark Pocan are acknowledging how great the convention will be for their party.
It's significant that they've looked at Wisconsin and they're looking at the upper Midwest as pivotal to the 2020 elections.
Pocan joked that this means the 2020 Democratic presidential candidate will have to come to Wisconsin now.
I think it's going to really send the message that we need to send looking at 2020.
U.S. Senator Ron Johnson and fellow Republicans say that bringing the convention to Wisconsin could help motivate Republicans to re-elect President Trump and Republicans up and down the ballot. Back to you.
Rose Schmidt live at the Capitol tonight. Rose, thank you. Again, the DNC will be in the middle of July from the 13th to the 16th. News 3 Now will continue to cover the latest developments and the convention itself. Republicans will host their national convention more than a month later in Charlotte, North Carolina, from August 24th to the 27th.
Turning things over to weather now. Plenty of sun out there today, helping melt a little more snow, and we're keeping an eye on the chance of rain later in the week. Let's check your first alert forecast with meteorologist Dana Fulton. Dana?
Sunshine and temperatures just climbing a little bit above freezing this afternoon. It really didn't turn out to be too bad of a day. A little chilly outside and slightly below average. But overall, we still, again, have sun in the forecast for the next about 55 minutes. Sunset isn't until 6:59. We hit a high of 36 degrees this afternoon. Still a little below average, but again, climbing just enough above freezing to help melt away some of that snow and ice that we still have on the ground. Our breeze is calm for us. It's coming from the west right now, and it's really going to stay in the low single digits for us, dying down over the next few hours, and won't be too much of a factor for us overnight, which is a good thing because we do have a clear sky tonight, and it's going to help our temperatures fall quite a bit. We're expecting to be in the middle teens to start off your Tuesday. I notice over the next few hours we're going to drop quite a bit once the sun sets. In the middle teens tomorrow, but it's going to be even warmer later in the afternoon with our next weather system sliding on in, bringing us some spring showers for the middle of the week. We'll take a closer look at what's ahead for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday in just a few minutes.
Dana, thank you. The man who admitted to drinking and taking LSD, causing a fatal crash downtown, will spend the next 10 years in prison. That sentence handed down this afternoon. 22-year-old Gavin Viam only had minor injuries after that June 23rd crash at the intersection of Blair Street at John Nolan Drive. A crash reconstructionist says he was going around 60 miles per hour in a 25 zone when he crashed into a car at a stoplight, killing the driver, 45-year-old Deanna McCullough, who was a Madison City bus driver. Almost 6 months after ICE agents arrested 83 people in Wisconsin, we're learning more about that operation.
Congressman Mark Pocan has been asking ICE questions since the arrest and now has some answers from the agency. Amanda Quintana is here with more on their response. Amanda?
Yes, well, Congressman Pocan did not get the answers to all of his questions, but we did learn some things about who ICE contacted ahead of the 4-day operation. Emails from as early as August 2nd show ICE agents reached out to 15 local and county law enforcement agencies, telling them they would be in Wisconsin September 21st through the 24th. But there are no emails to Madison Police or the Dane County Sheriff's Office. Instead, there is a handwritten note saying that they were called.
ICE did it intentionally. And when you look at several of the comments where they talk about the radical population, you know, specifically in this area, they did it with ill intent.
Pocan is referring to one email where ICE agents do reference the, quote, radical population in Dane County. Pocan believes that one of the reasons Madison Police and Dane County Sheriff's Office were surprised by the arrest was that thought. The records also show at least 39 of the 83 people arrested did not have a criminal record listed by their name. Pocan says he will be filing an appeal to get the rest of the questions he wants answered.
Amanda, thank you. Still ahead tonight, if you were waiting last minute to book, it may be an expensive year for spring breakers.
Plus, an unexpected find inside the Rock County Jail. That's next on News 3 Now at 6.
Welcome back. A recent clogged drain at the Rock County Jail turned out to be much more.
And the jail's commander says it reflects the ongoing drug abuse issue across southern Wisconsin. Rock County reporter Adam Duxter has more.
When people are booked here at the Rock County Jail, they're searched beforehand. However, sometimes things that shouldn't make their way through still do. According to the people that work here, it's more common than you might think.
Today, the holding area at the Rock County Jail is relatively quiet. It's the first stop for people being booked into jail. But Commander Craig Strauss says sometimes it's also a place for those who have been arrested to get rid of some last-minute items they might be holding on to.
I was contacted by our maintenance staff, indicated they had found some potential illicit drugs in the plumbing.
He says ditching drugs in the toilet here isn't uncommon, and that there's a backup in plumbing because of it about once every 6 months.
An arresting officer obviously brought somebody in here that was holding on to drugs, and they didn't find it in their pat-down. We didn't find it in our pat-down. So they probably got nervous, and they went, oh my God, I'm in this jail. So before they changed into a jail uniform, they're in a waiting room, and they asked to use the restroom, and they go in there and they flush it down the toilet.
But Strauss says some of the drugs people bring in make it past security checks and back into the cells.
There are drugs that get into the Rock County Jail. Absolutely. It does happen. Whether they put them in some type of body cavity that we can't search, or whether they're swallowed and puked back up, or come in some other manner. Do drugs get into the jail? Sure they do.
And that this is indicative of the drug problem impacting the country and the county.
We have a society full of drug uses and substance abuse issues. And inmates, or people, when they come here, they become inmates. Their addictions don't go away. I mean, they're all of a sudden not clean because they come to jail.
Commander Strauss says rather than moving towards full body scans or invasive searches, the department will continue to focus on prevention and rehabilitation. At the Rock County Jail, Adam Duxter, News 3 Now.
If you were like many Wisconsinites, you're probably getting tired of all the cold, snow, and ice and are ready to just pack up and go someplace warm. While March is packed with spring breaks for students around the state sending flight prices soaring, one local travel agent says it's not too late to score some last-minute deals for a vacation to a warm destination.
You won't be able to find these deals on the internet. You need to call a professional travel advisor because we get emails and alerts every day from suppliers about last-minute deals and things like that.
If a beach or a resort crowded with college students isn't your idea of a vacation, Ed suggests booking travel for after Easter, which is later in April.
Still ahead tonight, coming up in sports, yet another Big Ten honor for Badgers senior basketball star Ethan Happ.
And more above freezing temperatures this week as we get ready for our first rainstorm of the year. Your First Alert forecast is next. Meteorologist Dana Fulton is here with a look at your First Alert forecast.
Really had a pleasant Monday for us. It was a little chilly outside, but sunny out there and not too windy. Overnight, we're going to stay mostly clear. We still have a little more time for you to enjoy the sunshine tonight. Sunset's not until 6:59, and this is the last time our sunset is going to be before 7 o'clock until September 20th. So we're just getting a little more daylight each day downtown. A really pretty scene for us. Again, temperatures today were just a little below average, but in the mid 30s for our afternoon highs. Our Doppler track is going to stay calm for us tonight throughout the state as we have high pressure just centered off to the west, keeping things really peaceful. As that high pressure actually shifts east and slides right on overhead, we're actually expecting our wind speeds to calm down just a little bit heading into tomorrow morning, be more light and variable. Right now we're coming from the west. You can see that center of the high pressure cross just south of Wisconsin. Overnight we stay clear because of that. We start off Tuesday mostly clear, but throughout the afternoon our cloud coverage is going to steadily increase. And then we are expecting light rain and drizzle to start late Tuesday night, linger into Wednesday morning, and then Wednesday afternoon plan on scattered showers and a few isolated thunderstorms coming along with this system. Rain overnight into Thursday morning. We have a little bit of a break late in the morning on Thursday, but those showers developing again in the afternoon and evening, and then later on in the night on Thursday heading into Friday, we transition from showers to a little bit of a mix and some flurries. Not really expecting any accumulation with that snowfall because our ground is going to be so warm and saturated, and the flurries really won't last too long for us. Our skies will steadily clear throughout the day on Friday, and we'll be in for a sunny and really pleasant weekend for Saturday and Sunday. As far as our precipitation totals go heading into Friday morning, we're hovering close to an inch with that rain coming through over the course of, again, Tuesday Thursday night all the way into early Friday morning. Not a lot over the next few days, but since we do still have, of course, a few drains blocked because of the ice and snow, we may be dealing with some isolated flooding concerns for Thursday. Thankfully, those warm temperatures will help kind of flush everything out. Overnight, we're mostly clear. Tomorrow morning, we're going to start the day off in the middle teens, so it will be just a little cool outside early in the day. But in the afternoon, we're expecting high temperatures to be in the middle 40s. Again, those showers coming through later on and then lingering throughout our Wednesday, and we may be dealing with some heavier rain at times. So it'd be a good idea maybe to just check the radar before you head out the door if you do have to run any errands Wednesday evening. Temperatures will be close to 14 early Tuesday. It is going to be a little cold, but in the afternoon in the mid 40s. We're really close to average. Our winds tomorrow coming from the southwest at about 5 to 10 miles per hour, and the cloud coverage will really start to increase for us later in the afternoon, and that light rain is going to arrive later on in the day. So mid 40s for our highs on Tuesday. For Wednesday, we're in the low 50s with the chance for showers and thunderstorms. Thursday in the mid 50s, and we may see that rain transition to some light snowfall later on at night before completely ending early Friday morning. Friday and Saturday, our temperatures will fall back just a little bit in the upper 30s, but Saturday and Sunday really do look pleasant. And of course, St. Patrick's Day on Sunday should be sunny with temperatures right close to average in the low 40s. That's a quick look at your weather.
College basketball's postseason awards begin, and it's the first of probably many for the Badgers' Ethan Happ. We'll tell you about it in sports. The Badgers' Ethan Happ is all Big Ten for the third straight year. The conference teams were announced this afternoon. Happ again put up great numbers this season, 17.8 points, 10.4 rebounds, 4.7 assists a game. He became only the fourth player in Big Ten history to get over 2,000 points, 1,000 rebounds, and 400 assists in his career. Hap and the Badgers got the double bye in the Big Ten tournament, so their first game at United Center in Chicago isn't until Friday afternoon at about 2, when they'll play either Nebraska, Rutgers, or Maryland, depending on the results of the first 2 rounds. Here's the all Big Ten first team. Michigan State's Cassius Winston, the conference's player of the year. The other first teamers are Hap, Purdue's Carson Edwards, and Maryland's Bruno Fernando, both by the coaches and the media. The coaches had Penn State's Lamar Stevens. The media, Minnesota's Jordan Murphy, as their 5th players on their first team. Purdue's Matt Painter, the Big Ten's coach of the year. Badger women's hockey team, the #1 seed in the NCAA tournament. The Badgers will host Syracuse in the national quarterfinal Saturday afternoon at 2 o'clock at LeBron Arena. That game is already sold out. The Badgers beat Minnesota 3-1 in the WCHA final yesterday at the Gophers' home, Ritter Arena. It's the 4th time in the last 5 years the Badgers have won the WCHA title.
You're happy for the players. I mean, the whole coaching staff, you put a lot of time and energy into it, and then you get reward like that. So you're happy for the players. They're the ones that make the commitment. They put themselves in position. They worked hard, and they earned it.
We had contributions from everyone, and that's really exciting, especially going down the stretch in playoffs. You need everyone. So, yeah, I'm just really proud of this team and the way we battled today.
The Brewers play the Chicago White Sox in Maryvale this afternoon. Here's our first Ryan Braun sighting of the spring. Braun hits his first homer of 2019 to score Christian Yelich. Yelich is hitting .450 so far this spring. Finals just in. Brewers 8, White Sox 5. Opening day 2 weeks from Thursday. The WIA State Boys Basketball Tournament returns to the Kohl Center later this week. It starts Thursday with the Division III semifinals, Martin Luther and Northwestern, and Waupun and Denmark. A couple of games of interest around here, too. New Glarus makes its first boys state appearance in 87 years when they play undefeated Roncalli Thursday night, 6:35. Sun Prairie returns to the Division I semifinals for the 2nd straight year. The Cardinals get West Ellis Central. That's Friday night at about 8:15. Now, we had 3 state champions in the girls tournament in Green Bay Saturday. Beaver Dam became only the 5th team to win 3 straight championships in Division II. In Division V, Blackhawk won that title. Last fall, that school won football and the girls state basketball championship now. And then Marshall won state for the 2nd straight year. Marshall hosted the gold trophy. The title in Division III. It's a successful end to a long, long journey.
I'll remember the bus rides. I'll remember going out to eat, going to noodles, going to all that kind of stuff, being together as a team, as a family. Those are the things that I'll remember most and be most proud of. And anytime we walk into our gym and seeing those 2 banners up on that wall, I'll walk in with pride.
And Marshall beat Clayton to win the championship. Now, Clayton's nickname is the Bears, so Marshall beat the Clayton Bears for the title at the Resch Center in Green Bay. Best line of the tournament, someone suggested Clayton didn't have a chance because the Bears never win in Green Bay. Although they have won 2 of the last 6, but it's still a good line.
And a lot of really good players on the court.
Yeah, they're very skilled and great teams, too. So lots of celebrations around here.
Lots of gold. All right.
We're looking at a pretty cold night for us, guys. The skies are going to stay mostly clear, but temperatures are going to fall in the teens as we head into your Tuesday morning. Tuesday afternoon, though, we'll be in the mid-40s. Clouds increasing throughout the afternoon. Our next chance for rain starts up late Tuesday night and lingers into Wednesday and Thursday. We're expecting moments of heavy rain, even isolated thunderstorms possible on Thursday. It will be much warmer for Wednesday and Thursday, and then we cool down and a little more average by the weekend. Both Saturday and Sunday actually looking pretty pleasant for us.
A lot of more normal numbers in that forecast.
Yes.
We like to see that. Dana, thank you. Thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 6.
Enjoy your evening, and we'll see you back here at 10.